Hey, what's going on, y'all? Jay from JSFILMZ. In this video, we're going to be talking about OpenAI's Sora. It's pretty much a text-to-video that came out a couple of days ago. Now, I've uploaded about 3 videos so far about this on my YouTube channel, and man, right now I'm seeing a lot of split in the community as far as how they feel about this new tech from OpenAI, which is, if you didn't know, it's the same people that brought you ChatGPT. So that being said, I'm going to take a look at some examples and kind of show you and tell you why I think this is much different than any other text to video softwares applications I've used in the past. It's just much more advanced. All right. So here we have a grandma that's kind of, I guess, blowing her own cake or whatever. It's pretty darn crazy how it's able to look like this. Right? So again, this is just text to video. This is not rendered or anything like that. One of the things that I noticed in this video right here is the depth of field. It looks pretty natural. Again, I'm going to keep playing it back so you can see it. And it's actually adjusting. The depth of field is actually changing, meaning the focus is being racked. And that's insane. All right. And I'm going to show you a little bit more examples later on that kind of shows this a little bit better. But my goodness, this just looks incredible right here. It's really creepy, obviously, but it's pretty darn consistent. The hands are still kind of janky a little bit, but overall, man, for being first iteration version 1, it's pretty darn good. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is something that it just honestly blew my mind. Because reflections like this is insane. All right, so I'm going to play it back if you haven't seen it yet. This is probably the most impressive thing I have seen about the so far with the text to video Sora. I mean, I am really impressed with this because obviously you're getting some reflections. You're also getting some, projections outside the window here. But what's crazy about this is it's how it's able to show this girl here with people in the background, a hand right here, and then make it go away. Again, I've never seen this in any text to video AI app I've ever used. This is freaking bananas. Even rendering right now in Unreal or Omniverse, it would be super hard to mimic this. Now that's going to be an issue because you're telling me that this text to video app can render images, photorealistic images, than a rendering software. That's insane, man. And if you look at the clouds, it's just getting exposures right. It just looks so photorealistic. As you all know, I do a lot of photorealistic stuff on the channel, and all of these small little pieces combined is what makes the image absolutely believable and photorealistic. Even the consistency and the stabilization on the actual power lines, that's freaking impressive. All right, so let's move on to the next video. Again, this is very impressive. The stability that this app is showing is pretty insane. What I mean by stability is that even though the camera is moving and it's generating images, you are still seeing consistency for the most part on the characters. This person is sitting down, it's still sitting down. These characters right here are sitting down and still sitting down, and the faces remain the same, right? With the other softwares I've used, that would be all like mumble jumbled, like freaking Take On Me music video. But this is some consistent faces with glasses, with eyewear. I mean, look at this. You can see his eyes through that. Now, right here is going to get wonky a little bit with a hand. But, dude, that shot, drone shot, whatever you want to call it, from text. And again, if you're looking at this image, we're seeing clouds, sun, reflections right here in the water with the trees. The exposure is correct. You got some haze going on in the background right here. All of that really adds to the photorealism of this text to AI. All right, so this one right here is pretty popular. I've seen this a lot of times in people's feeds. But again, this is impressive. This is kind of like a drone shot, and following 2 people. They're looking at each other. They're looking around, kind of like a travel video of some sort. And this lady even has freaking like a COVID mask, and it's. I mean, I'll play this again. You got some snow particles falling down. Insane, insane. Absolutely, the detail that is coming out of this right out is pretty bananas. And to think, as far as I know, I read somewhere that 5 people from OpenAI made this in an entire year. Unheard of. That's just crazy. All right, here's something that I would want to probably make myself. Little robot in a cyberpunk world. This is super freaking cool. Really, really exciting stuff. All right, so this next video right here, again, is very, very impressive. We're talking snow with physics, right? And that is one of the things that separates OpenAI Sora to anything else, is that it handles physics, right? Just look how cute this freaking puppy is. And look at that. The snow, really fine snow hitting the dog, the nose. Incredible. The ears kind of flapping around. This text we're talking about, yo. This wasn't rendered. This wasn't modeled. Strictly text to video. All right, so we're taking a look at the next video here. And we pretty much have this guy walking. It looks like a little church with a bunch of cats in it. We're going to have so many freaking cat videos whenever this releases in public. It's going to be insane. But this is pretty darn impressive here. Because if you see, the cat is actually talking. Facial animation, right? Is fur. Let's talk about the fur for a second. Try rendering that good of a fur in Unreal Engine. It's very difficult, but again, it's very stable. And here's the video that I'm kind of talking about as far as racking focus, changing depth of field, because again, Sora can do it. So let's press play. And as you can see here, it's racking focus. It is racking focus. This AI is racking focus, y'all. Changing focus plane. That is just bananas. Look at that. Smoothly, too, may I add. That's crazy. Okay, so this next video right here is fairly new. But basically, apparently, the Sora AI decided for this prompt that it was going to do splits. I think it's 4 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different windows for this single prompt to just give you different point of view. Again, I've never seen this ever in any AI text to video before. It's basically giving you different point of view, different camera angles for your prompts. So let's press play here so you can see it. Pretty darn crazy. That is, with one text prompt, it's able to give you 5 different angles. Now, this is not consistent. The jacket, she's the one that's kind of looking at the snow, picking it apart. That's a different person. But overall, it's crazy. This is not a toy. It is just not just one of those things that you can play around with for fun. This is going to be a professional grade tool whenever it gets released and whenever it gets approved. It's just no way. All right, so the next clip we're going to do is, looks like a drone footage. Again, this could have been a stock footage, you know, of the Amalfi Coast or something like that. And for something like this is too easy for the Sora software. And you can actually see waves here. And you actually see people walking on the shore there. Freaking insane. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy good. It can most definitely do drone footages, no problem. All right, so we got another cat video right here. A cat walking in an alleyway looking for scraps. This is impressive, man. This is the reflections on the ground. This, you show this to anybody, they'll say it's real. You know, that's just how good this is. And if you look at the left side right here, you are actually seeing the reflection of this little barrel here on that plastic tarp, whatever that is. And you actually see color information right here of this. That's insane. All right, so this next video is actually showing macro capability. So this is a train riding on a leaf, what it looks like. And again, it's able to rack focus, and it's incredible. It looks insane. I mean, just look at this freaking, see, there goes. It's kind of racking focus a little bit to get that tiny detail, tiny train in focus. That speechless, man. All right, so here we go. We have a cyberpunk German Shepherd, looks like. So let's press play. This is crazy. This looks so good, man. This looks so freaking good. The way that the dog actually randomly blinks, right? The little subtlety in the eyes. See that? That's just freaking insane. And the fur looks great too, and the lighting. All right, so here's the last shot we're going to be taking a look at. It's the girl, really popular. I actually posted something about this being flagged by YouTube, but it wasn't. It was a misflag. Basically, a Korean YouTuber uploaded it, so YouTube thought that I violated or copyrighted it by uploading this video as well. So it wasn't YouTube flagging it for copyrighted material. It was just that individual, whenever they uploaded this video first, YouTube thought that I copyrighted it because I uploaded it again. So here is the video of the girl walking. A lot of impressive stuff going on here, mainly with the reflections. This person right here is actually getting reflections right there, the light reflections. The exposure looks good. The freaking depth of field is right. She is kind of walking a little bit wonky, but then again, this is first version. I like the red dress. It really shows that Matrix vibe to it. She's got a leather jacket, and it's actually moving. Her jacket is actually freaking animating and simulating. If you look right there, that is animating and simulating. For a text AI to do this here, changing angles, moving left and right, and again, the consistency of the people, they're not changing, they're the same people walking towards the camera here. Pretty impressive. And the thing that I notice here, I do a lot of metahumans and photorealistic metahumans. If you look at her face here, you're actually going to see a lot of pimples and a lot of detail. Now, this is only 720p. It's only HD, right? 720p footage. But eventually, whenever they're able to do 4K prompts and videos, you are really going to see this. Because right here, that is, again, out of this world. That's freaking bananas. And we're seeing reflections through her glasses. Once again, really impressive. I mean, look at that. So let's talk about this a little bit, because I'm seeing a lot of split opinions about this on the YouTube channel. I read y'all's comments, you know that. And I think, as of right now, I don't think this is going to replace anybody just yet. But in a year or two, I can see stock videographers, stock photographers getting replaced by this technology. Not completely, because technically, unless AI next year are able to generate its own images on their own, we are still going to need to feed this with videos and data. So it's not just going to be like, oh, it's here, now everybody's out of a job. Not yet, at least, I don't think, unless eventually the AI models are going to be able to generate their own images from our world through like video cameras all over or social media. But I don't think this is going to replace photographers and videographers anytime soon as well. Now, one of the things that I'm seeing a lot in the comments, we're talking about filmmakers losing their jobs and stuff like that. This iteration right here, this first version, I really wouldn't worry about it too much just yet, because as far as you can see, you really can't control the model, the character, on the text to prompt that much yet, meaning I can't make it say happy birthday or something like that. It doesn't really have facial animation that I can control. Additionally, eyesight, eyeline, it doesn't have all that yet. It's just kind of wandering off. But eventually, I'm sure they're going to be able to implement that, meaning if I want her to say happy birthday, she's going to say it. When that happens, that's when we're going to have to start freaking out, because at that point, you can most definitely make a short film with dialogue with text to AI video, which could be a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing, it's really opening storytelling to everybody, right? And bad thing, obviously, if you're going to college, learning all this stuff, spending a lot of money on college, and they get out and their degree is just useless. So that's kind of like the bad side of it. One of the bad sides. Basically, it's kind of like a yin yang. There's a good side and bad side as well. And as far as the creativity goes, it really doesn't bother me that much, because if you think about it, this is like TikTok, right? You have TikTok where you get content updating and billions, trillions of videos of just people doing whatever they want to do. But whenever you want to watch something like a short film, like a good short film, you're not going to go to TikTok for that. You're going to go somewhere else. This is the same thing with this technology here. Yes, we are going to be flooded with a lot of useless videos, a lot of useless, crappy videos like TikTok, but it's actually going to separate the people who learn the skill, lighting, photography skill, the cinematography, the acting, all that. That's going to separate those people. That's going to separate those people and the people who are just uploading videos and all day, every day. So don't freak out just yet. Because like Unreal Engine right now, Unreal Engine is free, MetaHuman is free. I mean, you can do anything and everything, but how many Unreal Engine MetaHuman short films have you really seen? It's been out for like 2-3 years. So at the same time, people who are creative are always going to be creative regardless of what tools are out there. People who just want to create TikTok videos of them jumping up and down and cutting melons in their underwear, they're going to have their own place as well. So I'm not just going to say, hey, this is going to ruin Hollywood. Well, it might ruin Hollywood because they can't charge for a lot of stuff that they used to charge before. I think that's a good way. But I'm trying to say is creativity is not going to die just because we have this. You know, we're just going to have a lot more content out there because it's easily doable with just text. You can type and make a story. But people who are creative, who are really talented, will always be in a different category than just the people on TikTok talking in front of a mirror doing whatever they do. But that being said, I'm sorry, this was kind of like a long video, but I really just wanted to show you all how and why I think this OpenAI Sora is going to be a big deal. So that being said, this is the first version of Sora AI. I heard they had this last year, but just decided to release it this year. Additionally, Sam Altman, which is the OpenAI dude, is actually asking for $7 trillion for funding to fund projects for his company, which again, if he gets that, he's going to have unlimited funds, hopefully get some more GPU computing power, and that's going to be freaking insane. That said, let me know in the comments below what y'all think, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.